Welcome to Hellenic Voice, the podcast that celebrates Greek culture. In each episode, we explore literature, poetry, archaeology, theatre, the Greek language, and the connections of Hellenism with other cultures, as well as with the Philhellenes around the world. Welcome to Hellenic Voice. Today's episode is a special one. We are joining a global initiative called Podcasthon, a worldwide campaign inviting podcasters to dedicate one episode to a charitable organization and a meaningful cause. It is our great pleasure to welcome Olga Papadoiliopoulou, CEO of Nosilia, a non-profit organization devoted to supporting people in need of healthcare and essential medical assistance. Olga, thank you so much for being with us today. And to begin, for listeners who might be hearing about Nosilia for the first time, how was the organization founded and what was the original vision behind it?
Thank you so much for inviting me, Vasula. It's really lovely to be here. And I'm very happy to talk about something that truly matters to us and I think matters to many Greeks everywhere. So, Nosilia actually started 25 years ago by a small group of people working in a hospital in Athens. Some were doctors, some were nurses, and others were working in different roles within the hospital system. And they were seeing something that really stayed with them. Patients would leave the hospital very sick, go home, and suddenly have no support, especially those who couldn't afford private care. Many were simply left to manage on their own. They felt they couldn't just watch this happen. So they started visiting some of these patients at home themselves. At first, there was no structure, no formal organization, just people stepping in because help was needed.
Yes.
But very quickly, they realized that this was much bigger. There was a real gap. So they founded Nosilia. The original vision was simple. No one should face serious illness alone. And dignity should never depend on someone's financial situation. And that idea still guides us today.
Thank you, Olga. And from the initial vision to where you are today, I imagine the journey has been significant. What is Nosilia's core mission today? And what kind of services do you provide to those in need, Olga?
So today our mission is to provide free home-based palliative care to adults living with serious, life-threatening illnesses. Everything we offer is completely free of charge. And when I say palliative care, I mean holistic care. We look at the whole person, not just the illness. Our team includes a doctor, 2 nurses, a psychologist, a physiotherapist, a care assistant, and 3 people in administration, including myself. And we also work with around 40 volunteer doctors and health professionals. We support patients medically, emotionally, socially. We support families too. Sometimes that means supporting a spouse who feels overwhelmed. Sometimes it means supporting adult children who suddenly become carers because of serious illnesses affects everyone.
Absolutely.
And for us, palliative care is not only about the final days of life, it's about quality of life throughout serious illness.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Well done, Olga. And of course, that goes for your whole team. Now, behind every nonprofit initiative, there are powerful human stories. Is there a particular experience or moment that has stayed with you? Something that reminds you why this work truly matters?
Um, there's one moment I remember very clearly. A young woman walked into our office. Her husband had just been discharged from the hospital after serious illness. He had walked into the hospital and he was leaving unable to move. She looked scared. She didn't know what to do next. No one had prepared her for what happens after discharge. And I remember thinking, this could be anyone,
Exactly.
any of us. That moment stayed with me because palliative care is not abstract. It's about real families who suddenly feel lost. And we are there to say, you are not alone.
This is so important. And providing health care support is never simple. What are the biggest challenges Nosilia faces today in continuing its mission, Olga?
Well, the biggest challenge is the wider context in Greece. Palliative care is still developing. Structured home-based services are still quite limited. In 2022, a law for palliative care has passed, which was an important step, of course, but the system is still evolving. At the moment, there is still no structured state funding from home-based palliative care services. So organizations like ours rely entirely on private support. And when you care for seriously ill people, you can't pause. The need is constant. That creates pressure, but it also creates determination, of course. At the same
Absolutely.
time, awareness is growing. More people are beginning to understand that palliative care is not only about the final days of life, it's about living with support.
It's absolutely true, Olga. And since this episode is part of a global movement encouraging action and solidarity, how can individuals support your work, even financially, or are there any ways people can contribute beyond financial donations?
There are many ways. Of course, financial support is important because everything we offer is free. But support is not only about money, as you said. People can help by raising awareness, by talking about palliative care, by helping others understand that serious illness should not mean loneliness. We also welcome volunteers, have professionals, but also people who simply want to offer time and presence. And for Greeks abroad, supporting Nosilia can be a meaningful way to stay connected to Greece. Anyone who would like to learn about us and can visit our website. It's nosilia.org.gr. That's nosilia.org.gr. Everything is explained clearly there. And
And
honestly, even small acts of support matter.
I was actually this one. It's just came through my mind now. I was very touched actually with the recent event in London, which was supported up, from another charitable organization. They're trying to support a Greek charity, which is absolutely amazing, So there are so many ways. And as you said, awareness, it's so important, and that's how people will know about Nosilia and come to help you. Now, and if you could share one story that truly reflects the impact of Nosilia's work, what would that be?
Hmm. There are many stories, but one that
I'm sure,
stays
yes.
with me is Mrs. Eleni. She was 76 years old, living alone in a small basement apartment in Athens.
Wow.
She had lost her child during childbirth. Later, she lost her husband. Because of bone damage, she was confined to her bed. When we met her,
Hmm.
what we saw was not only illness, it was loneliness.
Loneliness,
Our team
yes.
started visiting her, and slowly, very slowly, things began to change with medical care, physiotherapy, psychological support, and social work. Little by little, she managed to sit, then stand, then move inside her home again. She secured a disability allowance and could afford a caregiver for a few hours per day.
Exactly.
Also, we connected her with other patients. Our volunteers calls her every week. Today, Mrs. Eleni still lives with a serious illness.
Mm.
That hasn't changed, but her life has changed. She's not alone, and that changed everything.
That's absolutely right. Feeling that is someone next to you, it's so important. And as we look forward the future, as we look towards the future, what are your goals for the coming years? Is there any new initiative or projects that excites you, Olga?
The next years, Vasula, are very important for us. For 25 years, we have been providing care at home, and we will continue, of course, to do that. But now we are taking the next step. We are working forward towards, creating the first palliative care center in Athens, a center for adults living with serious, life-threatening illnesses, regardless of the diagnosis. Because palliative care is not about one disease, it's about the person. And it's not just an idea anymore. We have already purchased a plot of land in Athens, in the area of Patricia. And for us, that was a turning point, let's say. The center will not replace home care, it will strengthen it, it will allow us to expand it. Uh, our goal is simple, to build a more structured, more accessible, and more sustainable system of care so that no one in Athens face serious illnesses alone.
Thank you, Olga. And before we end this session, I would like you to mention the website once more, please.
Our website is nosilia.org.gr. And Vasula, I just want to say thank you again. Thank to the Greek community abroad, to everyone who supports care like this, and of course to Hospices of Hope, through whom I had a chance to meet
Yes,
you.
yes,
Conversation like this really matter. They help awareness grow, and when our awareness grows, care grows too. So thank you very
yes.
much.
No, it's a pleasure. And thank you for mentioning Hospices of Hope, because actually I was going to say a big thank you to them as well for supporting Nosilia. And as you said, we met, the two of us, through Hospices of Hope, at that beautiful event of awareness, So, Olga, thank you so much for sharing your time and your insight with us, and for your amazing mission. Compassion is not just an idea. It becomes real thought real through action. Organizations like Nosilia remind us that communities grow stronger when we care for one another. And to our listeners, if today's conversation resonates with you, we encourage you to learn more about Nosilia and explore how you can help. This was a special Hellenic Voice episode in support of Podcasthon, because when voices come together for good, we can truly make a difference. Thank you again, Olga.
Thank you. Thank you, Vasila.
Thank you for listening to Hellenic Voice. If you enjoyed this episode, please support us by sharing it, leaving your comments, and following us on social media so we can continue this journey through Greek culture together. Until the next episode, the voice of Hellenism continues.